him or his husband, they won't come up. Yeah, of course not. Of course not. I have so many questions with ADHD is ADHD. Yes, definitely do a Halloween costume diaper for more dramatics. That's what I'm saying.
I put some in Discord.
Let me see here. Oh, y'all put some in Discord? What'd y'all put up in that Discord? Let me look. Oh my gosh. The links to diapers. People are going to be like, what is going on here? Ooh, that's a big one. How long are you on? I tagged you in a lot of clips from tonight and this week in general. What happened with the lady who was blitzed last night? I had to get off and miss the end of it. She tried to go and donate to Czech when me and Czech were battling, and yeah, Czech lost. I still won. Let's see. Costume diaper. Oh yeah, this is it. Reusable vinyl protective barrier. Oh yeah, that's the one. $12. Perfect. I'll just get a large just for the effect. Also, did anybody see, I put that on the stream wish list there. Did anybody see that, should I just, wait. I changed my mind. Don't buy that. If somebody buys that, don't buy that. Let me add, this one's better. I changed my stream wish list picture to a freaking diaper. Oh my God. Hold on. Also, why Shelby have a wedding registry up for his stream wish list? I hope people go look at this and they're like, why the hell has this girl got a diaper on here? That's weird. That's weird as the This girl's weird. Hold on. I've seen that. Sorry, I was missing things. I've only been watching you for a couple of weeks and I even know why the diaper. Is somebody asking why the diaper? Because Shelby says so wears diapers. He even admits it. Oh yeah, twin sheet. Yeah, I could do that. I did a robe. That was a robe the other night. All right, so what do y'all want to know? What questions do y'all have? Let's just get in on this. Okay? I'm here tonight to talk about one thing and one thing only. Shelby poops his pants says so. Okay? Thank you, Rhonda. Thank you. You can't tell me he doesn't know how to do just a normal wish list. Yeah, I know. Oh, lip reading. Okay, first. Everything. Girl. Everything. All the things. Okay, let me figure out this lip reading. Someone sent me her kick stream when they were gambling and lost 2K. So they're not really losing that amount of money, just to be clear with y'all. When people have those kinds of deals, they give them a lot of money to gamble like that. So they're not losing hella money. What's the situation with him and 2K? 2K shouted Shelby out earlier. So I guess 2K doesn't care about the scams that Shelby has done and everything else going on, or that Shelby attacked Harmony and participated in spreading rumors about her age and that she was underage. So that's on him. That's not on me. Look, you can represent yourself how you want to represent yourself, but being attached to somebody like that is, I don't know, not the best look. Just like you didn't want to be attached to me, brother, because I interviewed Jordan. Or as some of you say, I flirted with Jordan. That's fine. Cut ties, that's what you do. You say, okay, hey, we see it differently. Cut ties. See you later. Didn't even have to message me with some bullshit like you did. But you know, can't she lose it though because Santos was doing it and is underage? Listen, I don't know about that one. We were too cordial. That's our bad. That is my bad for being too cordial with Jordy, my little Jordy. You would think as an adult with a large platform, he would not platform scammers. Exactly. That is what you would think. You know, it would be different if this was all in Shelby's past. However, it is not. It is absolutely not. It's as recent as May, the end of May to be exact. And actually as recent as this month because the person who was scammed has only been paid back partially and in increments this month. So I personally, as a smaller creator, would not want to be associated with that. I think it was Chamomile Tea that said Smelly dropped 15K in coins, so 2K shouted him out. It's wild. Wild. I mean, you know, I guess shout out your biggest fans. Like I would do right now. Hood Rat Coco, what's up, girl? And Rhonda, thank you. Isn't that crazy though? Y'all are just giving, like, Girly Pop, release it. I'll gift you if you do. It's not about the money for me, dude. This is literally just funny and fun for me. Pay to play, part of the game. Yeah. I mean, that is another one of the, I mean, it's not really a scam, but that is how Shelby does things. He goes and gifts people so that they shout him out. He'll go pick larger creators so they shout him out so that other people will hear that shout out and go follow him. Also, it is a lie. Shelby has not been, it's been told by multiple followers and need my 100K views by the 27th. That's right. You have to, crap, I forgot what I was saying. Dang. The ADHD is real. Rhonda, thank you. Don't worry, y'all. I'm going to release the other video. This is a long video. It's a 10-minute long video. So, or well, it's like 8 minutes and something. So you're going to get all the pieces of these Minecrafters going in after an Ender Dragon. No, you haven't missed a lot. So let's see who's my person. Scammer Shelves. If you are actually, you know what? I'll release the second part of that video if y'all go in the Sid the Sloth Discord and share Scammer Shelves and PI and tell everybody to go follow them because everybody needs to know about Scammer Shelves. Can you comment in here? Everybody, Scammer Shelves only has 141 following, and everybody needs to see all receipts. They're in here. I know they're in here. They hate me in there. I know they do. Fine. The stipulation won't be for PI. The stipulation will be for y'all to share the Scammer Shelves page. What the hell was that? Blow bubbles. Thank you. Loves Karma. Thank you. I can't do another Discord because I only keep a few with my ADHD that can follow. I need y'all to share Scammer Shelves TikTok page, and I want to see some follows because everybody needs to see these receipts. All right, let's watch this together. But I absolutely will share those things. Also, shout out to Harmony. We love you so much. Show some love for Harmony in my chat. We appreciate you. You are amazing. You are a strong person for dealing with the bullshit that you did not deserve to deal with. And frankly, I think somebody's just jealous of you because you're such a badass fan and top of the list, baby. Thank you, Spike.
Love you, Harmony.
Make sure y'all send your daily heart me's as well, and then go back and collect it so that you can work yourself up in the fan club. That's right. We love Harmony, and we know Harmony is a huge fan of 2K and how messed up it is somebody like Shelby Scamso would try to call her out and speak on her name, and had no business. Our girl is an adult, and you don't get to talk to her like that. Exactly. We love her. All what videos? Yeah, he straight up lied about her age. Just lied. Just to be like, can you turn up the TTS? Can barely hear it. Yeah, let me see. Try again. I got this shit up.
Love you.
Is that better? Or you want it more? I'll blast it.
Love you.
So, yeah.
Testing. Love Harmony.
If you did not get a chance to see my receipts today, Shelby persistently keeps talking about my husband and brings up an article where people were at a venue where a band was playing. There was loud music, and they got in trouble for the loud music. When the cops went in, they could smell that somebody was smoking greenery, you know what I'm saying? And so everybody there, nobody wanted to claim who was doing it, so everybody there got in trouble. It was an all ages event, and this random little boy, what up? And so, yeah, that's what happened. The article's out there. Y'all have all seen it. I've shown it. I also gave the receipt that there were absolutely zero charges, that this was actually dropped on every single person that was there. They're literally at a death metal show. Guess what we could smell? Exactly. And so, yeah, it's the stupidest thing. And he's trying to say slanderous things about, ooh, yeah, I like that. Thank you, Chris. About my husband. And I've shown all the receipts that he is a fucking liar, and he refuses to look at those receipts. He refuses to talk about them. And, mind you, this event was years ago before gardening legalization. Yeah, exactly. In a state that's like a red state. So come the fuck on. So anyways, Shelby is leading with this, calling, like, totally took the article, isn't even saying what the article says, straight up saying that my husband provided these things for minors, which is absolutely not true. My husband was in the band that was playing at this. Shelby is just insane. Now, the reality is that Shelby's husband lost his pharmacy tech license. It was voluntarily revoked, basically. So he turned it in, which that only happens as a nurse, as you all know, as you have doxed out to the world. I am a registered nurse. I can tell you that people don't just willingly turn in their license that they worked hard to get. That is typically because you will either have to go through a process, which costs a lot of money, because you have to be regularly rug tested. You have to be a whole bunch of things. It's a whole process. You have to go to AA meetings. You have to go to NA meetings, all kinds of stuff. If you get caught, failing a rug test or stealing rugs, any of that nature, you would have to go through this whole process. It's a program. Now, you can voluntarily turn in your license, but you can never be a nurse again, or pharmacy tech, or doctor, or whatever it may be. So, wait, do they charge for a rug test in America? What do you mean? So, yeah. He turned his license in for something of that nature. That means he did something bad enough that he was going to be punished for it and have his license ripped away. But don't worry, we're going to find out. So just stick around for when that comes in, It's actually public record when someone loses their license for something like this. You can look at the disciplinary actions that were taken. So just letting you know. Husbands weren't off limits. So, two can play at this game. We can speculate, but like y'all pay for all that as like people with healthcare. Yeah, for rug tests. It costs money. Yeah. So I was just curious whether because apparently it's been admitted before by them that, we know Canada's better. Girl, we is not on that universal healthcare like we need to be. So as I was saying, you want to spread dirty laundry, except you spread clean laundry and try to make it dirty. We'll just spread yours. So that's fun. I am a tea channel, as you say, a down bad tea channel, and I love to talk about the tea. So I got to get those views up. So I feel like that one will be a good one. Also, just because I'm from Louisiana, I'm white, and I got this accent does not mean I voted for Trump, contrary to popular belief, aka Shelby. I actually did not. I actually actively, in a state where people hate blue, walked in with a shirt on poll day that said, I'd rather be caught schmed than letting a man tell me what to do in my bed. So I wore that as a sign so they knew in line who I was voting for. But hey, we love a good liar. Lies sell. Hi, Stephanie. Also, I have secured an interview with somebody. I love this clip of Sandy Toast watching Shelly whining about losing accounts. Wait, what? There's a clip of this? I need to see that.
Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. It's because, so Shelby has already resorted to 1, calling me racist. Now 2, calling me a Trump voter. So, all right. I guess if y'all need to see that I'm actually what I'm feel free, public information, see what I'm registered as. So I've also secured a it doesn't fucking matter anyways who it's not your fucking business. That's the whole point of polls being anonymous. But anyways, regardless, there you go. Because that's the type of person Shelby is. Exactly. That's just Shelby's ignorance showing. And I love all of you. You all have a right to vote for who you want to vote for. I'm not here to bully anyone on that, and I don't want anyone to start in on that in the chat. That's not it. I believe everybody should be able to vote for who they want, and you don't have to tell me who you voted for. I don't care. I choose to, as an adult, respect everyone no matter what. Even if I dislike your political opinion, that doesn't mean that I can't treat you with respect. And just because someone is disrespectful to me doesn't mean that I can't treat them with respect either. However, I'm going to treat Shelby with the utmost disrespect.
Valid JK.
So I have secured an interview with someone, if y'all want to hear from them, that actually worked in political campaigns, and they'll be able to tell you a little bit more about their qualifications and whatnot, because Shelby has shared information that he apparently worked in politics, high up in politics. Has anybody heard that before from Shelby?
Yes.
I do believe. So, does Shelby seem like somebody that's worked in politics to y'all? I'm just curious.
He still claims that he works at a political firm. Heck no.
Does he claim that?
Yes.
That's funny.
Sad. What the helly? I don't think he looks like he worked anywhere.
He reminds me of that kid in that one show. I think it was Penguin. I've heard that. He on live said he was chief of staff. That sounds That sounds scary. Also, did anybody else think he looked like a pilgrim at that hat?
Yes, he said that on Favorited that he works there during the day.
Excuse me, what?
Yes, lol.
Excuse me, what? No shit. Does he really say that man ain't got no job? He been on live for fucking how I want someone to do the math of how long. Next time he does, I want y'all to do the math. Write down what time he went live.
Crazy train.
Write down what time he got off live and keep up with it. I'm telling you, what the man does is goes and whatever gets his rocks off is what he's doing. And then he goes live for days on end and then he crashes out and has to sleep it off for a few days.
He's so fake.
All right,
I
let's
thought
see.
he was gonna lasso Josh with that hat.
Not with the hat. Okay, so he was giving an Amish man from Lancaster, PA on a horse and buggy. Yeah, that's embarrassing. So I'm gonna.
Speaking of fake, send a uni.
Speaking of fakes, in a uni. So let's see here. Save image. I would like to put this right here for myself. I'm going to bring this up for y'all. And then, and the boys, are you present? All right, are you ready? Okay, I'm also
He used
going
to say he's known 2K for 5 years. Last night he said it was 3 years.
Yeah, that was the other thing that he was. I'm new here. Just have to say your brows are on point, man. I'm just saying, hey, I did them on live the other day. Thank you.
You're running BG checks at midnight. What have y'all done to me? Oh, they're a Mrs. Random Boy now.
All right, and the boys, do you know how to request me for a multi-guest? Don't do co-host, do multi-guest. Join a box. Oh, did somebody invite you for me? Thank you. Whoever did that. Y'all are fast. So yeah, this is the LinkedIn page. Which is fine because Shelby thinks he found my husband's LinkedIn page, which is fucking hilarious to me. And how do I know that's what he thinks he's found? Because I searched my husband's name because I was like, what the fuck are these people talking about? So, yeah. So it's okay to look up people's LinkedIn pages. Whenever you can join, and the boys. Can somebody send another multi-guest request to and the boys, one of my mods, please? So take a look at this and well, hello there.
Well, hello there.
Nice to meet you.
How are you doing?
Doing good. You have that evidence I sent over to you. I have it pulled up on my screen as well. So can you tell us your credentials?
So I have been working on campaigns for the last over a decade.
Okay.
I have worked on presidentials, congressionals. I've managed campaigns. Typically, I work as an actual on the campaign campaigner, not in the PACs, independent expenditure side. Like I'm like usually official campaign staff.
Okay. Do you have any like degrees or anything of that nature for this?
I have master's degrees. My master's degrees are in organizational psychology and in counseling.
All right. So I sent you over a screenshot of someone's LinkedIn. Shelby Jeffcoat. He's someone on this app that has said many of times that he works in a political field. And so at the top, what the thing I sent you, it says campaign specialist at Vote Blue. What is a campaign specialist?
So a campaign specialist is typically not a term we would use. Like we would be specified in a particular field. So I'm not saying it's impossible for a firm to just refer to somebody as like a campaign specialist, but that sounds more like not a purely political firm. Like that would be somebody that was maybe doing like, ads, digital, like digital programs, social media management or something like that. It's possible that they could be a campaign specialist, but that's not something we actually say in the space. Usually you would be like a communications director or, finance director, a field director specific to the actual part of the campaigns that you work on.
So someone said he puts the signs in people's yard. Do people do that?
People do plant yard signs. That's kind of like that's more of a local thing than because I mainly work on federal elections. Like I said, so like the U.S. Congress, U.S. Senate, presidential elections. I've worked on 3 presidential elections. And we give yard signs away to like volunteers and like people order them online and stuff like that. Like planting signs is more like a local, like if you're running for like school board or city council or something, like a campaign will really only be like, the people that are running. It won't even often have like a person that actually has campaign experience, like very seldom, especially in smaller places, like in bigger cities. And it looks like he's from H-Town, Houston. That there are legit people. I tried to look into it and talk to a couple of people that I know in the area that are like on the stuff, but nobody had heard of him as far as I know.
Okay. Yeah, because where are you from?
So I'm from Louisiana, Shreveport.
Okay, interesting. I see Bernie signs back there. You like Bernie?
Bernie your bus, baby. Yeah, that was my first like presidential like primary, was working on Bernie 2016. I did Iowa, New York, Alaska, Missouri, Pennsylvania, Washington, D.C., and New Jersey. I was ultimately a statewide field director on that campaign.
Okay. So have you ever heard of Vote Blue?
I appreciate your help, 2016, baby.
Appreciate that help out there.
I looked it up, and because you can look up stuff on like the federal filings, and like Vote Blue is a very generic name, and that is common in the space to use very generic names. But the PAC that existed that was under Vote Blue was New York based. It only had like 75,000 in funds for the year, which is like nothing, like because that's not even like a salary for like one person. And it was all from New York City. So
that wouldn't be a normal thing since he actively lives in Texas.
Yeah. And I also looked up in the Texas campaign find, and I couldn't find anything. And so if it was anything on federal elections at all, even if it was an LLC just doing like services particular to, whatever specific, it would show up in the federal filings. But you have to go to the state for anything that happens in the state. So Texas, it being that, I didn't go look at every single state's file. I just went to Texas. Again, it is possible that you're working for a firm if it's based in Texas, if you're going to an office, like in Texas. But like I said, there was nothing in the filings, and there's, like out of the thousands of entities, there was nothing in there. There was no, no expenditure, and no filing for an entity.
Interesting. Lynn, we're talking about the creator, Shelby Says So. He claimed that this is just another thing that he has claimed. He is a campaign specialist at something called Vote Blue. So I reached out to someone that I knew worked in politics so that I could get a better understanding of what he possibly does and if this was if it seemed reasonable. They're big fans of the beard.
Let's pull it all out.
There we go. The whole beard.
I keep when we're working though.
Gotta be professional. So could a campaign special? You said you've never heard that term, really, campaign specialist.
No, sometimes, you never even specialist, not on campaign specifically. Like I said, it's possibly if it's like an agency.
He mentioned that he does state elections.
Oh, state elections.
If he does state elections, it's not in the state of Texas as far as I saw. Again, the entity could be labeled as something else and DBAing, like doing business as. So it's not, it's like, but it's a really easy thing to clear up. Like if you wanted to just clear it up, you could just say these are the elections. Where at a state level, you don't do NDAs typically.
Mm-hmm.
Like on the federal elections, I actually have, I always have to sign NDA.
So what you're telling me is you can tell me nothing about Bernie.
Well, that one is far removed, and there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of. I'm not going to go into all the.
Let me know when that NDA is up.
Yeah, I'm not worried about them coming after me. But I wouldn't be able to say, for instance, if I worked on Harris's campaign in Pennsylvania, I wouldn't be able to just directly tell you that.
Okay, got you.
So on a federal level, that's sometimes the case, but on a state level, very seldom, and especially if you're you would be able to say things like.
So would you be able to look up someone's name easily and find out if they worked on a campaign?
If they worked directly on a campaign and got paid, there are financial disclosure rules in every single state and federally. So it is against the law to not put it into the filing. So any campaign that I've worked on directly, you can look it up and you can find the filing, right? It does exist in there. It's buried in a lot of the individual cases. It's kind of buried in, on a federal level, because a presidential, you have so many expenditures, right? Tens of thousands, maybe even millions of expenditures. So and those are all line items. So it's it takes work. But if you were doing it, you're talking about state, you'd be able to find it in there. Every state has a search function that you can go to and search the files.
Could it be a third-party ad company? I guess maybe. What about, do the people, is it a volunteer thing, or do people get paid to you know how people will annoy you and text you and be like, don't forget to go vote, or they're like, hey, who are you voting for? And then try to get you to vote for who they want you to vote for. Is that a job? Do they pay you, or is it volunteer?
Is it a job? So the part of the campaign where it's DVC, direct voter contact, that is a job. Again, that's why I said I was a statewide field director for Bernie in 2016. So I was in control of field organizers that their job was to make phone calls, send text messages, knock on doors, to interact with people and try to, persuade people to come out and vote, or to get information on people so that we could ultimately follow up with people that we, are our voters, or that might volunteer and come out to a campaign office and come help make more phone calls and send text messages and, knock on doors. So it is a job that you can volunteer as well. Tons of people do it. Clearly there's several people in the chat, that say, that they're doing the work too, which is hilarious to me. Cause it's a thing, it scales up pretty quickly, and you can, if you go volunteer, often you'll get hired on to campaigns. So yes, it is a job. When I started my first gig, I fell backwards into a knocking on doors in Colorado in the 2014 midterms. And I just found it on Craigslist, and it's $15 an hour. Go knock on doors all day, talk to random people. Whenever I had just moved to the place and didn't know anybody.
Did you ever, while you were on Craigslist, did you ever see anybody trying to rent out super vehicles, supercars? Did you ever see? Did you ever see anything like that? I've heard that that's pretty common on Craigslist. And if you did, was their name? Was their last name Hazarian? Because that's. I'm just telling you, I've heard some things. I don't know. You got paid. I'm calling my dad right now. So somebody wants to know, can you be a convicted
felonies? Could you work for a political firm or do what you do?
Very unlikely. If you have felonies, like it will come back. I mean, they do background checks. Like, I'm not going to say they always do background checks because, I mean, there's some funny stories I have about people not doing background checks, like, and getting put in situations. But it's really unlikely, especially at any kind of like, again, somebody mentioned like it's a third party. They don't necessarily do drug tests.
Rug testing.
Oh,
we bad. Love TikTok Shop.
TikTok Shop.
He's a political guy. He's not trained in TikTok.
The rules here. So I
gross. Don't call him that.
Well, hey. So no, they don't typically do that. Like, it's possible if you get caught and if you get caught and something happens, like perhaps like I've seen instances where people have like done questionable things and then gotten called on it, because that's an HR thing, right? Like at some level, it will, but usually out the gate, that's not. So that, again, that's not going to keep you from getting into it. But the felonies would absolutely keep you.
Yeah, I feel like that's a little questionable, especially if could you trust someone if they had a felony for theft?
Oh, well, I mean, that would definitely not be someone that I would hire.
Okay. I was just curious, especially if you're giving them funds to, like, I don't know, pay for signs to put in people's yards. I feel like maybe they might run off with that money. I don't know, though. Who am I?
Definitely not high, like, again, like canvassers, like that, like knocking like Jehovah's Witnesses, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's fine. Like a lot of the times that there were people, like, they don't really care as long as, I can track you on an app, right? Like, I can see what all you're doing if you're walking and getting paid as a canvasser.
Okay.
So like, you make sure like they have to knock certain amounts of doors a minute, and then it alerts you, and then like you just keep on them. That's kind of like the lower level stuff. As you get to a higher level, where you actually have like I said, I've managed multi-million-dollar budgets and raised like, millions of dollars and had access to bank accounts with millions of dollars. Like, typically those people are.
I've never seen a bank account with more than like 10,000. That's pretty crazy.
I will tell you, it'll mess with your head whenever they sign over. You have to sign to get on the bank account with the signatures and everything like that. And then you have access to like these ridiculous amounts of funds that you wouldn't in any kind. And sometimes it'll make you sick when you're signing some of these.
That's what I'm saying. You can't trust somebody with a felony for stealing with numbers like that.
Yeah.
And never stole a thing. Good guy.
Mm-hmm.
Never stole a dime.
Mm-hmm. Just hearts. Yeah, it's.
And the boys, did you say you have an industrial psychology degree?
Industrial organizational psychology is one of my masters.
What is that? Wait, somebody said Nana's gifting me hella. Oh no, Nana's giving to and the boys. You getting gifts out here? Okay, Nana.
Okay.
So what? I mean, I think. Does anybody else have any other political questions? And then I want to ask about your psychology. He said just hearts. Oh, that's not political. How old are you?
My husband has an IO degree.
Oh, nice. How old am I? Way too damn. That's the answer.
That's a large age.
It's
a big
pasta.
age.
Yeah.
Okay, so no political questions? All right. So, let's see here. So, what type of psychology is that? Explain to me. Like, what does that mean?
So, industrial organizational psychology is basically like psychology of organizations, like businesses, and just like organizations like churches, like people in groups.
What kind of job would you have with that?
Well, a lot of the times that's like HR and like culture, like human culture. Like they have all kinds of different titles for it, like uh, that a lot of people end up doing with those kinds of degrees. Like the touchy feely, a lot of the times it's like metrics, doing just like keeping up with people, personnel, like trying to make sure that they actualize their potential and that engage them properly and things
So
like
you're not
that.
doing like, it wouldn't be like individual like psych or like counseling or.
No, that's my other master's is in counseling psychology.
Oh, you have more than one master's.
Yep.
Dang.
Big time. Big time.
So smart guy. He's smart. Got lots of papers. How long does it take to earn a master's degree?
The Iowa Psych was 33 hours, and the the counseling was 45 hours, I think. Like beyond, so you have 123 for like an undergraduate. That's like classes is like 3 hours typically. So I think it took me to get both of them total, and my 4-year degree was.
Wait, you have a 4-year degree too?
Well, yeah, you have to get a 4-year degree.
Well, I thought you were saying like you just have a 4-year degree in something separate, and then those.
I have a 4-year degree, like a
Okay.
and then I got 2 master's degrees. Yeah.
Congratulations on that. Couldn't be me. That's a lot of school. So when someone has they want to know where you graduated from, if you're comfortable with that.
Louisiana Tech Bulldogs, baby. Terry Bradshaw. What else we got? Duck Dynasty. We got things.
I know you have to get a bachelor's degree before you. I thought he was saying that he had a like he had that in something else.
Sometimes they'll call it a plus, like for like teachers
yeah,
and stuff.
Like I thought you were doing like, I don't know, dude, maybe art or something. You look like an artsy guy. I don't know. No, you didn't offend me. I'm just joking with you. Oh, with the guitar right there. See, music. That's impressive. Getting all those degrees isn't easy. No, not at all. So it took me 2 years to get a master's in education. Yeah. So what about, okay, so this person that I'm telling you about just lies a lot. And another thing that they've said is that they have a master's degree. And I believe, and correct me, chat, if if he said he has a master's degree in political science, would that be something, do you know anything? Like, is there like a specific, like, would you say, oh, I just have a master's degree in political science?
Master's degrees in political science exist. I mean,
but I'm just saying, do you say it like that, or would you have like a specific, like you said, an IO in or whatever industry?
Mine's master's in. I usually just say organizational psychology, but I think it's like industrial organizational psychology is the full degree. No, you would say like it's like a master's of arts in political science.